Ah! What is this shit? Ah, Dimski is here. Community. Stream notifications. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is it working? Reject. Seems to be working. I'll move the microphone so it's better visible, because every professional stream is supposed to have something that flashes with colorful LEDs. Seems like we're waiting a bit for the balancing to happen, and then we should start. Which is probably a good moment for me to grab a glass of water. Which mic am I using? This one? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, from what I remember, Nocturne wasn't bad, but wasn't great either. Maybe slightly better than Sergio, maybe similar level, hard to say. I think I saw him like once only, so it's really hard to say. Seems fine. Okay. Well, I'm guessing they played Klisic, because they always play Klisic. So that's a safe bet. So waiting for the chit chat to stop and everyone gets ready, which takes a long time. Right now we're bashing Mitteras for having only 340 gold and nothing else on his location, but I think they were playing Klisic in Wonderland or CIW, and that this is actually a good amount on the kind of difficulty you have on these locations. I'm a bit lost what Dima means here, but aha, he means like if you have the same amount roughly or as the enemy. He means on CIW map on Klisic, because the locations there are the same. They're just copy pasted between like location 2 and 6, 3 and 7, etc. So if you're the direct enemy has more than you, then you're screwed. If you have better army than them, then you're fine. And if you don't connect your laptop to a charger, then you're not fine. So it might be useful to do just that. I only use it for the chat, but it's still useful. I don't know why he disconnected. There we go. Yep, I think we're about to begin looking at what's happening in the lobby. Okay. So the problem is the mic has to be like here. It's slightly annoying me. Okay, how about... Can I move this? Oh. I guess I could move it here. Yeah. It's going to be a day when I have just enough cables here, but it's not the day yet. Ooh. Hello class. We are forbidden to watch this. Of course. Yep. I really wanted to show the microphone because it's nice and flashy. Oczywiście Polska górą. Thank you, class. I mean, I guess. Seems like we're starting, so we'd better focus on the game now. Okay, so while we're waiting, Checkballs, Irony, Nocturne, and Class versus Sokul, Krazol, Mithralas, Max Conan, Sergion, Big. This is not Big Bang Cannabis. This is old 60p player, but he keeps changing names. Oh, the balance is interesting, but I would say it's probably balanced because, well, I'm not sure actually. One thing that is definitely not balanced is Dima's internet today, which is kinda sad. But my point is, we have Sokul, Mitrelas, and Max Conrad, three very good players, very good spammers. Krazol is... I can't say he's like very, very good, but he's... Oh, maybe actually I can. Like, yesterday he had a really great game, best in lobby, and he can definitely spam. Yeah, I would even say he's... he can be listed with Mitrelas, Max, and Sokul in one sentence too. What are we doing? There's still a high ping, yeah. So the balance is about to change, I guess. Yeah, I think they can try again. and if not, then we indeed have Kamil. So yeah, going back. On the wait, who's on the? They're on the bottom. Okay, so on the top side, I would say there's only one top tier player, and that's Dima. Checkboss and Irony are very solid players, and Lucky is, I think he's also quite solid. And U class, it's really depending on the game. Sometimes it's bad, and sometimes it's amazing. So I'm looking forward to see which of these two things will happen today. But there's only one player I'm a bit worried about, and that's Nocturne, because we didn't play much with this guy. I only think I saw like one game. I would say he might be balanced by Sergio, I guess. Sergio and Big and Coyote are a bit weaker links there. Coyote will do okay army, and Sergio is like a dice roll, but mostly I don't expect him to do great things, but it also depends a bit. He's definitely the least stable player in this lobby. Right. Regarding the map, I'm doing some changes to the map recently because we keep playing it and we keep finding out that some things are not working well. I'm pretty satisfied though with this version because we've been thinking with other people on Discord about the location that class is actually playing, because it seemed too powerful when it comes to the way the battlefield looks like the entrances to this location, as opposed to the location that is its equivalent on the bottom side, which right now is blocked here, the river on the left side. And to duplicate what class has on his location, like a very small entrance here and main entrance here, side entrance here. Well, there's no side entrance unless you count this. The main entrance is like here, and the small entrance is here. And this probably will work in a similar way because the main front is in the middle, and most of the armies usually stand here. And on the right side, it used to work quite well with the fights when class's location was able to just stand here in this area between these mountains, and you can move from there to the front or to the left. Moving to the left was a bit of a problem, so I opened it up a bit because this mountain was a bit bigger, the Iron Mountain here. So it was a bit awkward to actually for both teams to fight on this front because of this mountain. Oh, there we go again. Guess I have to fix the elevation in the next version. But basically I was mostly satisfied with the way this location worked. The only thing the only other thing I changed was that I added this rivet here because when you look at the left side, it's like way too easy to attack these two locations at the same time. They are like a bit closer to the main front, and here it's like when you go to Checkboss's location, you can already eat class's location easily, and he had like no opportunity to defend himself because the army can just move from here to the right and it's GG. So this river will at least help a little bit to maintain some kind of defense in case of a breach in the middle. kind of similar like this situation here. Yep, Sergio and old 60p player. By the way, who did Sergio play the tournament with? Wasn't it old as well? Or maybe I forgot. That was definitely some Polish player. Meta to play with map all revealed. Nah, it's spectator mode. I'm just watching the others play, which gives me the right to see everything. But I can also just see what every single player can see. For example, Sokul here, or let's see Dima's view. And because they are in alliance, it's like every player has similar fog in a team. Yep. I have no idea why he's calling himself Big Bang Coyote, but as I mentioned before, this is not the Czech guy, the Big Bang Cannabis. This is old 60p player, if you guys saw this name before. Yeah, okay, so yeah, these two guys played in a tournament. I was right, it seems. Okay, if you have any further questions, Gad, just let me know. Because we usually get mostly super uber pro players watching these streams, like from our community. Those who usually play in these games, so I might not explain obvious things unless I'm asked, but feel free to ask. Anyway, I think it's a good moment to take a look at the bases actually. But to sum up what I was talking about the battlefield, I think right now it should work much better. We'll see if will be true. Because there was like too little space earlier for the battlefield. I made it a bit bigger, and it's a bit easier to reach out to the left and right as well. And if it doesn't work again, then I'll do some further adjustments. Okay, so we can also see some statistics. Maybe houses is a good statistic at this point of time. So yeah, we can see a couple of players already going for the farms. Wow, this is super useful that you can click on these buttons and just cycle through the buildings. Yeah. Alright, so I think Mitrelas is the fastest with the gold production, because yeah, Nocturne, not too bad. Seems like other players are kind of slow-ish, but it also depends heavily on the location. Oh, it's interesting to see Dima play. Oh no, this is not the leather location. The leather location is here for Czech boss, and Dima is playing this weird small location here. We will be also taking a look from time to time into the statistics, but it's way too early to figure out anything from this, because at this point of time it's mostly the differences between the location, starting resources. For example, if somebody has a lot more tree trunks like Sergio now, it doesn't mean he's much better than the others. It means he's cutting faster because probably had the trees very close to the storehouse or something like this. Yeah, you can see it's interesting. He cut so many without planting a lot. If I remember correctly, it works something like it cuts down most of the trees at the start and then starts slowly planting new ones. Competing well a few times, was doing terrible. What's the general take on Rush versus Booming? General cause of the game. I could link you a tutorial. It's a longer read. I wrote it actually. We have a wiki with stuff like this. It's just give me a second. Just let me check if this is the right link. But basically, it's like in our games are competitive, but there's like one rush strategy that people usually don't do because it's frowned upon. This is the horse rush, where you make knights only, because it's quite easy. It needs some skill, but it's like relatively easy to make like 30, sometimes 40 knights, and that's your entire army. And the upside is that you can very fast go to the enemy and destroy them before they, for example, take all the troops out of barracks, or even if they do, then just overwhelm them with knights very quickly and destroy them. But the downside is you win or lose in 5 minutes, and that's the entire game. So we don't do this strategy usually because nobody likes 5-minute games. But apart from that, most of the strategies are well balanced, but it also depends on what kind of location you're playing. So if somebody's really interested, then I'll link the tutorial, but you're saying you don't really want to play. So yeah, the general approach. Okay, so basically we play for 60 minutes. We build for 60 minutes, and after that we start fighting. And depending on the location, let me find some kind of location which will be a good example. Something with very close coal and gold, maybe. This one, yeah. So yeah, this kind of location would be a bit better for the town hall strategies, where you go for gold mostly, because you have gold mine very close to the storehouse. So you can rush these 3, I think, gold mines. Let me see. Yeah, on this location, and make 3 gold smelters and make a town hall, and then it starts producing. And you usually make barbarians out of the town hall. So the upside is that barbarians are pretty good melee units, but the downside is that you really need gold in late game, and using it all for barbarians in early game, if the game gets longer, then you will have huge problems. You will have to try trading for the gold, and that's not it's not going to be too efficient. But normally you would probably prefer to make normal base with farms and iron production for leather and iron units, and that's what mostly we will see in this game, as you will see later. I will show you some examples here. When people start producing weapons, you will get the idea. But the basic army is usually swordmen, archers, and a few knights. And knights are not that OP. I think it's still mostly balanced for competitiveness, because we don't use the knights because we don't want 5-minute games. But in tournaments, if somebody uses the knights rush, the horse rush strategy, they're risking a lot, because this is like a 50-50 chance to win or lose. So it doesn't pay to do this if the enemy is like mostly on your level. I think I only saw horse rush strategies in the tournaments when somebody was like way worse and they wanted to surprise the enemy like completely. And the element of surprise was like the only chance of that team because the other team was like way better. So I don't think there's no balance necessarily. It's just that horse rush is destroying a game because it only takes 5 minutes, and this is like it's not misbalanced. It's more like very annoying if you just want to have at least like 15 minutes fight after peacetime. 5 minute fight is like it pisses off everyone in the lobby because you build for 1 hour and then you feel like the time is wasted. You see what I mean? Uh, okay, so I assume you're not familiar with this game because this is actually a remake. It's written from scratch. It's an entirely new engine, and it's been being worked upon for like I don't know 15 years or so. And this is like we're actually going to have a new release maybe this year. There's like one nasty bug left. We really have a problem to fix it, but after that, hopefully this year we'll have a new release. And yeah, this remake is like much better in many things because the multiplayer is actually working here. Like in the original game, you had a lot of desynchronization problems where the game just stopped working or worked in a weird way because the original game is like from the 90s, and this remake is like still being worked upon. So yeah. Yeah, okay, so you know what I mean. Uh, but yeah, so my point is the remake is the community patch, right? So we'll constantly. I'm actually also working on it. I'm not the best developer, but I did some fixes, and I also try to help a bit more on the project management side, like deciding what stuff should be done or not, and other bullshit that nobody technical would like to do. And we also touch the balance side of things as well. Uh, like for example, we in this current version that we're playing, we had to nerf some traits because it was way too easy to just produce wooden shields and trade them to gold or gold ore, and this resulted in a very powerful amount of gold for the barbarians to be produced. So yeah. And yeah, the echo for the horses drags you down a bit, but if the only thing you do is horses, then it's gonna be fine. It's more of a question of you still need some level of skill, maybe not super high, like you have to be a medium player to pull off the horse rush. But you can't really do anything else unless you're a skilled player. I saw skilled players do something like 30 knights and 30 archers. This is actually not considered horse rush army because you need quite a good base to do this. Or some combinations maybe with like other kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, okay. They're still not producing weapons, but let's check the amount of houses. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm more chatty today and less analytic. But in the meantime, maybe something worth analyzing happened, so let's check it. Maybe let's start with the stats. They might actually say something. Yeah, so Dimsky has the best amount of wood, followed by Czech boss. Still early on. It's still very early, so it's not saying too much, but yeah, we can see some patterns. For example, we can see class, nocturne, Soku, and Lucky. Okay, so 3 players on top, having a bit better gold or graph. But I'm not sure if this means if they're going for the town hall build. I don't see town halls being built yet, or anyone having like 3 gold smelters. So for the time being, I don't think they are. They just have a bit better gold than the others. No, keep asking. It's way better if there's activity on chat and I can respond right away. This is definitely not a problem. I'm not sure I like Irony's location. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure if I can say it's small, but it's like you have to make an effort to design your base well. Here you can see he's like out of space already, and he can keep building here, but it doesn't make sense because it's like you're supposed to keep the core of your base in one spot. So yeah. Okay, seems like another unhappy customer is telling me the terrain is not working well. Let's see his struggles. But I don't know what he meant. Probably had to do something here. But yeah, I definitely need to take another look at the terrain, at the heights on the locations, because that's a common complaint for many of my maps, especially this one. So yeah, gotta fix it one day. Yeah, we always. This is the unique thing in Knights and Merchants that it's like a city builder with combined with player versus player fights after peacetime. And we always play with peacetime, and it's because it takes like about 1 hour to make a sensible base. If we didn't have peacetime, what would usually happen would be the first person to make just a couple of axes would make a couple of militias and start destroying enemy bases. It would be a total bullshit game. So the workaround for this is just giving everyone 60 minutes to build, and that's how it always worked in this community. Maybe these days it could be some kind of solution to just make a town hall, but it's probably going to work in a similar way, I guess. Chrome, the author of Remake, is making a new game, very similar in some respects to, in some aspects to the remake, to Cam Remake. The new game is called Knights Province, and it's in 3D, and he has some mechanisms there which allow us to play without peacetime there, because you have morale mechanisms. So if you are like closer to the enemy, then your morale drops for the crappy units like militia, but if you're closer to your base, then your morale is higher, and this gives you advantage against the enemy. But when you start making the second and third tier, so leather and iron units, they are less affected by the morality mechanism. So it's very hard to rush the enemy, and you don't need peacetime in that game. And I think I didn't believe in this mechanism until I actually tried it, and it's actually working very well. Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing with development, I guess. It's slow. With Remake, we had a similar problem. Like this version that you're seeing with playing right now, it's already 9 years in the making. We had a bit of a hardcore history regarding that, which I'm not going to talk about maybe right now, but yeah, we definitely in the future, if there will be modern versions, we should do it in a different way, like maybe more often, smaller changes, stuff like this. Yeah, Uh, I only casually played Age of Empires, but I do remember that mechanism, like the arrows were shooting, and I never understood why they were shooting, because I was like playing this game in my childhood. But now you're saying it, yeah, it makes sense. Uh, I didn't play a lot of RTS strategies though, so I'm only have like most of my RTS experience from Knights and Merchants, so I can only say about this game, I guess. Anyway, let's take a look at Dima's base, because I have a feeling he might have a pretty good base. Yeah, so we can see the core of his base is in one spot mostly, and this is a good thing to shorten the distance for the serfs. One thing I don't like is the roads around here, because he really needs a shortcut here. You can see this traffic jam to the inn, around the inn and other buildings, I mean. But he can't really make a shortcut here, as you can see, so yeah. Yeah, we call it German RTS, this subgenre of games. I don't think there's a lot of games like this. Maybe the Settlers as well, but that's probably about it. There was also this game called Lords of Soulground. I'm not sure if you are familiar with it. It was created in the last 2 years, I think. It looks a lot like Cam. Like probably the most similar game when it comes to the looks, the graphic, the art style, you know. The gameplay was very Kaim inspired as well, but it also had some extra elements like some sorcerers and shit. I didn't really play it a lot, but it was definitely interesting. But my old brain is just, you know, not able to easily adapt to new game, so to new RTS game when it's too complicated. So I'm sticking with Cam and maybe Knights Province in the future. Lords of Soulground. Something like this. And of course, there are also city builders. You might have heard about Manor Lords, which is a beautiful city builder. It's looking like a AAA game with 3D beautiful graphics and stuff. And my only pain about Manor Lords is that there's no multiplayer in that game. I really wished it to happen because I would totally try to play it like Cam, but then I'm not even sure if Manor Lords would make any sense in the multiplayer, but yeah. Yeah, that's possible. Who's lagging? So cool. Okay, it happens to him sometimes, but it's not. He's going to be fine, I guess. Okay, so I wasn't paying too much attention to what's happening in the bases, so let's cheat a little and take a look at the stats. Mitteras has insane stats for warfare, so let's check his base now. Is it because, yeah, he has a pretty neat iron production, but also Sergio has a good one. That's interesting. I didn't expect him to have a great game, to be brutally honest. The base doesn't seem that bad, although just look at these farms. This is like terrible. Very bad timing for the swine farms. And he's not gathering in the storehouse, so he won't have a traffic jam thanks to that, but he also won't produce more than what he has here. He has, yeah. So Yeah, this means the base is not going to be great. I won't even mention these farms are not supposed to like be built like this. Uh, there's something weird happening there for sure. But yeah, looking back at the stats. Yeah, I think uh, apart from the fact that you can clearly see that Knights Province and Cam Remake are using the same engine, at least they were using, because of course there were a lot of modifications done later. Uh, so you know some stuff might be similar. I think lots of Solgrund looked more like Cam than Knights Province does. There's definitely an effort in Knights Province to not just be a clone. There's new mechanisms and like there's enough difference there for sure. I don't think we have any town hall builds here because that's not enough gold. Okay, yeah, he tends to do that. Yeah, actually, I had quite some complaints about Knights Province artistic direction from Cam community. This is weird. I didn't even expect this because I actually like the direction, and what I don't like is unnecessary poses. It seems like Sokol's internet connection gave up or something like this, but I think he should be back soon. Let me check the. And he's back. But yeah, I've heard from our like Polish community. I somehow I had mostly bad opinions about the direction. Although these opinions were formed when the game had like uh, not not a lot of buildings finished and looked definitely way worse than it does right now, like a few years ago, you know. Personally, I think the buildings in Knights Province look a lot like Cam. Like, I mean, they don't look the same, maybe, but they're like similar enough. It makes sense. But the rest of stuff is a bit more cartoonish, I guess. And I personally don't mind it. I think you just need to wait to see the final result, and maybe you will like it. But I mean, right now it can probably be judged because there's most of the graphical stuff, most of the art is finished, I think, or at least mostly finished. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's fair. Uh, anyway, let's try to check. Yeah, so it's really weird that Sergio has that good iron production, but I think, as we saw, his con is not too great. Uh, we have Dima here. Yeah, I think looking at the stats, Dima will definitely be one of the better ones here. Not. Yeah. Okay. But it seems like can't really say a lot about anything yet here. Uh, I can see Max Konrad's base doesn't produce a lot. And we can see like Dima, Mitrelas, and I think Sokol having a lot of production. So maybe we should check out their bases now. In the meantime, I'll show you the warfare graph. So yeah, with Sokol. By the way, how many farms do they have? We have like 8 for Dima. This is a great result for now. Nocturne 7, Vigil 7, not bad. Yeah, but mostly 5, 6 is the average. And yeah, I'm wondering why Sokol has such good stats already. But I think it might be very good. Oh yeah, that's what I expected. Very good wood production, and also like the colony is similar to other players. How about the iron production? It's definitely in the top, like the third place, but Sergio is like out of game because of his corn production, and Mitrelas is okay. He's way better here, but yeah. So Mitrelas seems to have best game alongside with Dima so far. But Sokol probably takes the third place at the moment, and we'll have to check in a couple of minutes how it goes. But probably the stats are mostly better because of the wooden weapons already being produced in nice numbers. But yeah, I really like what Mitrelas is doing right now. But I have to say his location is pretty nice for the huge bases. You can see 8 farms here and plenty of space to keep building. Of course, assuming that Max doesn't use this, because this is, I think, maybe technically his space, actually, yeah. And Dima's location, yeah, like I said, I don't like this location maybe too much, but he's doing a great use of this luck. A lot of wooden weapons as well. Still having some problems with this road, but I don't really think he can do much about it. Okay, just for us, he's going to make a garden. I wonder where. Oh yeah, oh yeah. 12. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I should show it here. I forgot to change the settings, sorry. This garden is going to have a tree. Okay, that's nice garden. But yeah, what I like is how all the buildings are in one spot. As I said before, the core of the base should be in the same space mostly, because this makes the traffic for the serfs, like the roads for the serfs, shorter, the distances. Apart from that, let's take a look at these stats. Maybe I'll just use the fog to make it more readable for a moment. So yeah, what's interesting here? Okay, so lucky, not too bad. Check boss. I have a feeling this is going to be interesting as well. I see quite nice iron. Well, actually, okay, maybe I don't know if it's that nice, but but it's nice because he's playing on 2 mines only, so this is gonna work. Removing storehouse when it's empty, so something before the peacetime. You usually need it for some food buildings then, so that depends how fast you can empty the storehouse from everything that was there. Um, but to be honest, I mostly like what I see with yeah, irony is interesting as well. Check boss is definitely going to be interesting. Dima and Lucky, but class with 30 bows. Hmm. If he can keep up with the leather production, it and of course gold. Yeah, let's take a look at this base actually, and before we go back to the bottom team. If you can keep up with these two elements, this is gonna be interesting. Can he keep up with this? What does he have? 3 plus 1 being made, soonish. 5 farms, that's not a lot, but then he doesn't have anything else, so it should mostly work okay. This isn't a big base, so I think he might be fine. What about the gold? Yeah, no. Or maybe he's got like 9 coal mines for 9 buildings. Yeah, he needs more. He's building more actually. Yeah, once he makes them, he might be fine, but he's also blocked the gold. Yeah, I don't think the gold is going to work well here, class. Sorry. Because you're going for a spam build. Yeah, I mean, he's not supposed to listen, so I'm hoping he doesn't listen. But yeah, this is the feedback I would give him if he was listening. But yeah, I mean, for now, it's fine. So maybe I'm just panicking over nothing, but we'll see. And to answer your question, yeah, because usually a storehouse, maybe this is not the best example, but look at here. Storehouse is usually in the inn. So in 90% of the cases, I would replace it with some food building, because it's such a great placement for need the inn for food production buildings. Sometimes it can be a vineyard, or sometimes when I need an extra butcher or the bakery, then it's gonna be a butcher or a bakery. But I also used this space to make a marketplace, for example. Basically, any kind of building can replace it, any kind of building to replace it is something that you would need in the late game. So usually market or food production buildings. And about optimizing the flow, that's not why. To optimize the flow, you just block the resources in storehouse, so they don't put them there. Depending on the player, some of them block everything, some of them don't block anything, or just block like stone, maybe wood, and some of them block only later, not at the start of the game. There are advantages and disadvantages to these strategies. But basically, it's better to block if you are 100% sure you are a pro player who can always make the next building on time. We had an example of not making one here when farms were like occupied, and Sergio wasn't gathering corn in storehouse, and I showed this before. And he was making the swine farms when these buildings were full. So if he opened the storehouse for the corn, then maybe Serge would waste time on this first delivering it here and then back there. But at least he would produce this corn, and this is still better than not producing it. So I think in general for better players, it's like for very good players, it might be good to just block most of everything here. But for the worst players, it's good to block like only stuff that you really don't want in storehouse, like ever. But it really depends. It's complicated, yeah. Anyway, looking at the stats again, there's like 4 minutes left. Yeah, at the bottom, Mitrelas definitely stands out. Also, Soku, Kreisel, not too bad armies. Am I showing the entire? Oh yeah, okay, so I can just screenshot it for later. It's fine. But yeah, so far Class is doing great with his amount of recruits. I wish, I don't know, maybe it would be useful to trade away a bit of this. Is he doing it? Oh, he is. He's going to do this. He's just microing it. Okay. Yeah. No. Alright, he just wanted two. And by the way, these are going to be scouts. Okay, that makes perfect sense. But yeah, going back to the bottom team. Who was playing the middle lock? It was Kreisel. Okay, so Kreisel. Yeah, for the middle lock, this iron amount is pretty good, I'd say, because he only has like 2 iron mines. So yeah, I think this is actually a good army, even if compared to the other locations, to the other players in his team, it doesn't look as good. Yeah, ultimately yes, but it's not that easy. So you have to be flexible with it, I think. My strategy for the storehouse, and I have like 1 minute 20 seconds before to say this. My strategy is usually to block stone and maybe wood, and definitely the food has to be unblocked, the weapons and the ores, and skins and pigs. Yeah. The rest can be blocked. Depends on gold also. If you want to a town hall build, but you make your town hall too late, it's good to keep it unlocked, for example. Yeah, depends on the base. Anyway, there's not a lot of time, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a screenshot in a couple of seconds. And in the meantime, we can take a look at Mitrelas's beautiful garden. Quick look at the stats. Soku is the best here. That's interesting. Horses from Dima, Corn, Dima and Mitrelas, and Iron, Mitrelas and Sergio. Well, that's interesting. Okay, 10 seconds left. So let me make a screenshot. 4, 3, 2. Alright, I got it. Yeah, so I'm going to keep it. Can I pin it? Yep. So I'm going to pin it. They're not making a break. That's interesting. I expected a break. So yeah. Looking at what's happening here, Dima 18 horses, that's a monstrous army. Only 32 leather jackets, but with this amount of horses, it's really not important. The downside is his army is going to be quite small. Oh, wait a second. He's making militias as well. Yeah, a lot of recruits. Yeah, this is definitely the best army out there. Compared to Mitrelas, he invested less in horses, more in the leather jackets. And he's gonna have more spamish kind of army. This is also a pretty good army, I gotta say. But I also like what Soku produced. Yeah, this is pretty powerful. Yeah, this is pretty powerful as well. Class, very spammy. What else? Irony. Yeah, no horses, this is the downside, but also a lot of spam. Not on the level of others I mentioned so far, maybe a bit better than Class, I'd say. Because the army combo is like maybe a bit better. Nah, it's probably similar. Yeah. Czech boss. Oh, look at this. Czech boss has pretty interesting amount of X-bows. Yeah, this is going to be pretty powerful. In the bottom team, Krazel had the middle lock, so this is actually not too bad for him. You can, but comparing with Czech boss, I think I still prefer Czech boss's army. Apart from this, yeah, Sokol Mitrelas, pretty good armies. Max Konar, I expected a bit more from him personally, but it's like a decent army. No right to complain. And now Sergio, this is a weird one. If he only had the leather jackets, this would be way better than I expected from him. But as we saw earlier, he wasn't able to do them. Definitely a nice amount of iron on par with Dima, which is I think Dima. Like, who was the best? Sorry, on par with Mitrelas. And Coyote, nothing great, to be honest. Very low amount of iron armors. That's pretty sad. And no horses. And on top of that, not really great amount of leather jackets. Yeah, I have a feeling. Oh, but Lucky is also pretty bad. Look at this amount of recruits and leather jackets. That's really terrible. So maybe it's somehow balanced, but I'd say the top has probably more looking at these numbers. Okay, yeah, we can hide the screenshot. Nothing's happening yet, so I'll use that time to take a look at this. Yeah, so apparently the armies are mostly the same, but the bottom team has more. Okay, that's not something I expected. But did they? Yeah, everyone mostly produced what they could. Some players can recruit some troops though. Okay. So, looking at the battlefield right now. Yeah, this is interesting for me, as this was opened up a bit here. It seems like the top team will try to encircle Mitrelas and Sokol here. It does look a bit hard to defend this area if he wants Sokol to remain here, I mean. I didn't really think they're gonna stand in this position when I was designing this, but actually it maybe makes sense, because I can see that Lucky, he could try to shoot Sokol, but Sokol has really good position here to shoot him back without much consequences, assuming that Mitrelas can hold Dimach on this front. It's pretty nice, by the way, that the two strongest players in this game are on the same front. But I think the third strongest was maybe Sokol, and let me check again. Oh yeah, the stats say he's even better than everyone else, mostly. Okay, Mitrelas is maybe a bit better though. Sorry, I was supposed to click this. Total equipped. So Dima and Sokol have the similar tempo, and I'm missing a fight. So yeah. It seems like Soku is trying to kill Lucky, and Dima isn't really helping, which is quite dangerous. There's only a small fight here with the horses. Not much happening here yet. Oh, but Krazel... Yeah, they are going to be smashed here. I think something might have happened here already. Oh yeah, I think we missed a fight on the right side because Big Coyote already lost here. And Sokol is trying to salvage something. I think he's going to kill Lucky eventually. He's gonna lose his entire melee, but he has still a lot of shooters. Yeah, it's a shame I missed this. But given that Coyote had not a lot of army, I can imagine what happened here. Class had definitely more than enough to kill him. And now it looks very bad on this bottom front, so let's try to keep up with the top front. Yeah, this is weird. This should like totally die soon. And yeah, Lucky and Dima will be soon dead, that's for sure. Max Conrad, it's still questionable. He has plenty, but Dima's horses here are a bit annoying. Oh, I know what's gonna happen here now. Oh no. Yeah, but Max is doing some good maneuvers here. Yeah, some great maneuvers. He's doing his best here to block these horses. In the meantime, they're gonna go back a bit and try to help him. Yeah, this does make sense, although I think one of them should try to kill these off completely. Maybe they should attack this now, or something like this. Anyway, the bottom... Yeah, the bottom looks really bad for the bottom team. Yeah. But on the other side, the two bases that are dying here are the two worst bases in the team, so maybe it's not a big deal. But the problem is they allowed, I think, 3 players to attack on this front, so it was 2v3, and they had less on top of that, so I think something really bad happened here. But also Krazel was trying to help on this front, so maybe it was actually 3v3. I just don't know what kind of timings they were there, so yeah. But yeah, I think they should try, the two Polish players from here should try to attack this. It's not gonna be easy though. The funny thing though is that Krazel can try to defend in his own base. At this point of time, it's probably the sensible thing to do. But then the top has to win really fast. It's already like the bottom team has no chances, I think. Yeah, I think it's good for Krazel to go defend the bottom and Max Conrad to try to hold these two players. This might work for some time, but this has to fight Checkboss, that's for sure. And I think Sokol has to be much more aggressive with this. He should just go and shoot this, maybe. Yeah, but he has no melee, this is the problem. But yeah, we're about to see a nice 4 versus 2 here. And this means the bottom will lose, because I have no idea how they could defend this. Yeah, Krazel is going around his base and trying to catch the enemy. Sokol is doing nothing, which in this case, yeah, I don't like it. I think he should try to be much more aggressive despite not having melee. Just keep shooting this guy and outpush him and then maybe go help versus Dima. That's what I would do. This is way too passive for this crappy situation. He should take more risk. Especially, I mean, what I mean is, Lucky has really crappy troops, and Soko has a lot of shooters. Yeah, finally. But this is way too late because Mitchell is already dying. So yeah, it's not going to work, I think. Krazel's base is already getting wrecked by the top team. I really gotta see. I'm going to show the replay here, actually, what happened on the right after we're done with this game. Yeah. And this is why Sokol should have attacked way earlier. Right now it's like just too late. Yeah. At this point, we're just waiting for them to say GG. I really don't see any way how the bottom team could come back from this. But I have a feeling some kind of rush happened on the right. Or Krazel and Sergio were not fast enough to help, something like this, maybe. Yeah. It's about time. Okay, so I think I'm going to show you the replay to check what happened on the right side. Okay, but yeah, definitely the best armies from Mitralas and Sokol, followed by Dima. You can also see very good army power from Class. Yeah, like I said before, he can have some worse games, but he can have also amazing games. This was the amazing kind of game, I guess. Czech Boss also a pretty solid player. On the other, on the South Pole, we have two Poles and Nocturne. Yeah. Let me check the replay now. Let's make it a bit faster. Yeah, well, if I saw this kind of army being Class, I would just advance and not stop until the edge of the map. What's the problem here? No army, okay. Like we noticed earlier, he just didn't have enough. And a lot of these troops are still coming. Yeah. This is more or less what I expected. And then you have Nocturne. And they can't see it, really. Okay, so no scouting was the greatest sin. Because look at this. This is... Yeah, look, Class, look at this. This is the moment you attacked. That's how much they saw. Coyote did no scouting at all and had pretty bad army. I say this game's blame lies totally on him. This is why you always have to scout. Even if you want to play defensively, or you want to attack right away, it doesn't matter. Scouting is just as important in this game as breathing is important in real life. Come on. And class showed it really well. What happens when you don't do that? And besides, looking at the army standing here and seeing this entire situation from class's point of view, it's really obvious what he should do. Like, they weren't even trying like to stand here far from the base, for example, together as one front, which would give them opportunity. Like this was also the problem. Like, they didn't take this position. Didn't even try. And this let's class just pick them off one by one. But still, the biggest sin was, probably scouting and bad position. You can scout with a building doing fields in the open in the peacetime. It's frowned upon, though. I mean, after peacetime, it's okay, I guess. Yeah, it's after peacetime, it's okay. Most people will say it's okay. Although it's, from what I remember, it might be banned in the tournaments, but after peacetime, it doesn't seem to be a problem. But during peacetime, it's like, if you go to the enemy base, this is like super bad offense, I think. If you don't go to enemy base, it's not nice, and people generally don't do it too much. But it all depends. Of course, it's okay to scout your own location when you're building, for example. That's a different story. Yeah, it's a bit cheaty, but if you do this to the enemy, if you try to see his base with builders, then it's definitely cheating. Yeah, Thunder is one of these. Sorry, into enemy base. You're right. Yeah, this is a general consensus. Yeah. So as I said, this is not kind of scouting you do to win a game. And to be honest, nothing on the left side mattered at all because of this. I think, if you will, class, maybe I inspired you in the previous game because it kind of seems like you did what I did in the previous game, but you did this time to Coyote, and I hope he also learns the lesson. Let's say. So but definitely always remember about scouting. I can't stress this model. But hard to say if this battlefield works well now. I think the left side worked pretty well, but I also think it's hard to say if it will work with worse fighters, because Soku and Mitrelas are very experienced players and they knew how to maintain this front. They did exactly what I would say they should do, looking at this situation. And they were able to keep Lucky and Dima in check. Plus, Lucky didn't have enough to attack Soku, so maybe in different circumstances it would be much easier for the top team to surround here. I have to talk with them how they felt it during the game, I guess. When does the new version go live? You can already use it if you go to Discord official Discord of Knights and Merchants Remake. You can find the link on the official website of KamiRemake.com, on KamiRemake.com. So you can already play it, but if by go live you mean it's posted on the website and is made official. We have one single nasty bug to fix for the Peacetime 90 players, and maybe I think we still want to fix it. If we can't, maybe we will just ignore it. I don't know at this moment, and we're sitting on this one since months and we can't fix it yet. So it's all on this one. It's I think it's going to be this year, but it's really hard to say. Everything else is finished and prepared. Everything that is important, at least. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the if that's what you wanted to hear, but yeah, as I said, you can already play it. Just go to official Discord and see the new versions channel, and there's a download link there. Okay, I think that's it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and ouch.